Everyone to a weekly Pillbug dev stream. I'm Dave, your host for this evening. Do not adjust your sets. Do not turn to a different channel. I'm not Sean. I'm Dave. Our previous weekly sessions and streams have been hosted by Sean, and I've been in the background checking chat, making sure everything's going to plan, hunky-dory. But tonight I'm going to walk you through a game I think it's probably fair to say I am in a bit of love with this game. I'm not fully kind of head over heels romantic infatuation with this game yet, but I can see myself getting there. I've only had about maybe under an hour experience with Far Lone Sails. That's the game we're going to be looking at tonight. Yeah, I guess I love it. I love it, and I think I will be more in love with it after tonight's stream, and maybe you will want to check it out too after you see me play through some of the early stages of it. It's well, I don't want to spoil it, but I think it's a really interesting game. I think it does a lot of interesting things that I'm going to talk about hopefully as we play through the opening bits to it. And it's just lovely. I think it looks great. I think it sounds great. I think it plays great. I should say, by way of apology, Sean is not very well this evening. That's why he can't be here tonight. He sends his sincerest apologies for that. And he reminded me actually that about this time last year, when Pillbug was recording material and kind of online content for the launch of some of our games, and in the run-up to the launch of our games, we actually had the same thing happen. Sean got ill, I got ill, so we had to take an evening kind of off and stream solo. So we've done this before. Don't panic. It's going to be okay. I miss Sean, you'll miss Sean, but I promise you Sean will be back next week. We'd always planned to take turns with the streaming on who's kind of hosting, who gets to play the games, and who's the one kind of commenting and talking about it. So this was going to be my week, regardless of flu. But it's a shame not to have him with us tonight. But I'm going to do my bestest to check the chat and on the different formats that we're working on: Twitch chat, YouTube chat, Restream, all that kind of jazz. So do fire off questions, let me know what you think of the game and of me playing it, and we'll have a good time. I think a good evening together with Far Lone Sails. So that's enough preamble. Let's get into the game. So it's a very simple menu system here that they got very nice and clean. I know some people like checking out the controls before we start a game, so I will pop in there, and you can see immediately it is a super simple game to play. You've got your arrow keys, or A and D, to move side to side. Jump, you get a couple of options, which is always nice. I know some people love bashing that space bar, or you get them kind of, for me, quite helpful W for jump. Nice and easy. Take is V and E and enter. Again, quite a few options there for you. Zoom in and out, X and C. Super simple controls for, a fairly simple game, in fairness, on the surface. So I'm going to hit new game. Don't worry about all that jazz about old saves, and I'm going to be quiet just for a mo as the game starts. I mean, wasn't that lovely? Just that little tinkle on the keys there, with a little bit of the wind sound in the background. What a way to start a game! I mean, isn't that just lovely? So you're not thrown in. You're not. This isn't a massive cutscene. It's a battle. Blah 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 blah. No, just a little quiet refrain on the keyboards on this amazing background, with our little character there. So immediately, okay, the game says like you don't know what on earth's going on. So I'm going to give you a little hint. Use the arrow keys to move left and right. So I can do that. I can also, as we remember from the the tutorial thing, or the tutorial, no tutorial, that I can jump up and down when I looked in the controls. I thought I could also zoom in. Oh, that's my zooming out. See, because I want to zoom in to this. Because so this is all the control you have basically in the entire game. Is like zooming in when you think it's helpful and kind of zooming out when you think it's helpful. And then otherwise you're just doing this. So I'm going to zoom in. So that's nice. I mean, I say that's nice. That's nice. That's someone's grave. Yeah, lovely. So I'm guessing. Okay, I played a little bit of this game, so I know a little bit more than I might do if I was just coming into the game. But you are dropped into the game right by the grave, the final resting place of a guy. I'm guessing at this point that it is some relative father, maybe, to whatever our little person here is. And so we can't, I find it really interesting. I don't want to talk game design too early into the stream, but I do find it's really interesting from a design point of view to kind of limit the player in what they can see and do in quite such a way. And already I think from even just like watching this game for 20-30 seconds, you can see just how kind of like a canvas it feels, right? So this guy is an enormous part of the top half of the screen, and it feels like you're looking at an art canvas. And on that level, I don't really feel like I can get my camera zoomed in too much to my character. So there's something kind of stylized artistically about not just how that looks, but how I as a player get to interact with it, which I think is really interesting. So there we go. I've just knocked off the mailbox there. So this is the other major part of how this game kind of works, is that a lot of the environment is interactable. Okay, so I can pick up this mailbox, drop it on things. Can I put it back? I don't think so. Let's see if I got this. Nope, can't. I'm just going to assume I can't do that. So once you knock something off, maybe now it's interactable. So, and I have no idea what this mailbox is for. I kind of get the feeling that the internet would tell me that I could look it up, and maybe there's some kind of secret thing, secret place I can put it. Or maybe I'm just supposed to carry it with me wherever I go. But I've kind of started this game once or twice before, and I don't know. I just don't know what that's for. So I'm just going to leave it there. Maybe I can come back to it in my house. So this is my house. This is where I grew up. Where I grew up. Where my character grew up. You can see some pictures on the wall there if I zoom in. So I'm going to try and keep myself zoomed in as much as possible and still use the controls here whilst I'm in the house. So you can see a little bit of what's going on in here. So one of the big things about this game is you get these push pads, okay? So you can just bump them like I'm doing there, bump, and something happens. So in this case, this opened up and I'm able to now get into the house proper. It's in a sense a puzzle game, I guess, loosely, mainly because of that element. But I find that element of the game super simple. And at the moment, I haven't found many of the puzzles too challenging. But I think that's just because that's, maybe because I'm not that far through the game. But also, it's not really the main thrust of the game to puzzle. It's not. I don't think it's that. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just my impression of it so far. So. Going to pop up here, and again you can start to see, I mean, it's really interesting. If you know nothing about the game, you'd have no idea what anything of this means, but if you've seen some of the trailers, you've seen some of the kind of press shots and screenshots, you know that this thing that I'm jumping up in front of is like a huge part of the game. This is your locomotive vehicle type thing with sails. So I've been joking in some of our social media in the run up to playing this game on the stream, like, is it a ship? Is it a train? Am I a pirate? Am I a steam engine boss thing, driver? Or is it none of the above? So I think kind of like I'm going to throw in a few pirate noises every now and again, so you have to forgive me for that. But it's because this kind of locomotive vehicle thing is just super cool. I love it as a design, and I'm going to shut up so we can get to it a bit more quickly. The game's telling me X there. That's just to say zoom in if you haven't already. Guess what? I have, because I want to see this. That's me. That's me, my character there. That little portrait you can see there. So that's where I was sleeping. I mean, I got the top room, I guess, but it looks a bit dilapidated. There's also, okay, some kind of map at the back there, it looks like, or some kind of drawing, which I think is, I don't know, is that of consequence? It's kind of got some rain clouds there, I think. Anyway, lovely little detail, of which there are many in this game. Like when you probably didn't see me fall that far there, but the kind of the poncho that this character is wearing, I guess it's a poncho, kind of lifts up and kind of slows your fall. And I think that's really nice. That's a really nice touch. It's those small little touches. So I've gone in under here. I haven't found anything interactable with here. And what's another really interesting design decision, I think, in this game is that everything is essentially, again, feels as if I'm being authoritative about a game I've only played for an hour or so. Everything feels like it's on one plane. Okay, so one horizontal plane in that sense, and it's all flat. Okay, it feels like it's all flat. That means that even though I think like it looks like there's a space under those stairs, I'm never going to be able to get to it because I can only move left and right along those stairs. So it's really interesting that their perspective-wise, they've decided to kind of tantalizingly hint at more of this world, but you only ever get the left and right. So in this example, like those stairs behind there, which kind of lead off maybe somewhere, I can't get to them. Again, I've looked at the controls. I don't think I'm missing anything. I just can't get to that. I can't get to that outhouse. Probably don't even want to, in fairness. So I'm going to zoom out again so that I can rest that button a bit. This is the normal view. I picked up that briefcase. I have no idea what briefcases do in this game. I don't know how to use them. They look like they're full of papers, and I have yet to find out why that's useful. So if you know, by all means, tell me, and I'll maybe get some more stuff going on in the game. But you can see in the background there's a little town, these little rocks, which I think our character is a kind of like a budding artist, has just graffitied that rock. That's what she's done. She is a bit of a graffiti artist. There's a little bird there. Again, I just love the way this game looks. It's great, it's simple, but it's such a sweet, smooth aesthetic. I think there's a lot to be said for it. So much detail in the foreground here that you could otherwise miss. I just think it's great. Now, I'm just going along here. I don't really know, I think if I'm a new player, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just moving because that was the only place, the only direction I could move. I'm carrying my briefcase. I don't know why I'm carrying a briefcase. It seems empty, and then I get into this spot here. Get a little bit of drums. And I've mentioned the music already once, but I just love the way, there it is, it kind of just tells a little bit of the story. It's just such a subtle, nice use of music to kind of give a sense of wonder and something new happening. So this is my locomotive. I'm going to call it a locomotive for want of a better word, and this is going to take me kind of across the world. Where to? I have no idea. I don't even know where I'm going or what I'm trying to do, but I'm sure it's all part of the game's discovery. So the locomotive comes with these handy hooks. that you can just pop something on there. So I'm going to leave that briefcase there. Hooks are super useful during the game, so I might well need to move that briefcase, but I don't know yet. I'm sure it's going to be important. You can see also all these boppers that you've seen me use before, and that one takes me, that's like a lift from different levels across the game, the inside of my engine. So we've got speed, steam, energy there. And that's like what's kind of interesting about that is that that's one of the few examples, or those are one of the few examples of text in this game. Like, other than the title screen and the occasional letter popping up just to remind you what to do, there's almost no text in this game whatsoever that I've found so far. So it doesn't tell you a story with a massive info dump. It doesn't kind of give you like loads of lore to read or anything like that. It just, you know, those three words are apparently that important: steam, speed, and energy. So you bop, and I'm going to get off this level, and you can see here I've got some crates. And what do crates do? Well, in this game, crates are fuel, and if I zoom in, you can kind of see, I don't know what that says. I kind of wondered if that said fuel, but I don't think it does. My eyes are old, so don't quote me on that. It may well say fuel. But as you can see, the game says if you just put something on this little platform here and make it go upwards, something's going to happen. So I bop this, that goes up. My energy or whatever it goes along there and into the tank. Okay. So that's kind of one of the major mechanics, I suppose you could say, of this game. You're going to put stuff at the far end here, and it's going to travel along there and fill up your energy. So I'm at half energy now. I've got another crate, so let's try it and just pop that in there and see if that takes me to full energy. Yeah. I have no sense if that's like inefficient, if that's actually, maybe that's taken me to like 102% energy and I've lost those 2%. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a game that is that necessarily concerned with min-maxing and kind of going that route, but maybe I'm wrong on that, and maybe I've just lost a little bit. I don't know. So once you've got your energy, you have to push the start button. Oh, blimey. Okay. Okay. Oh. Exciting. I'm not going to turn the music down because it's exciting. I have to press the steam button to make sure I don't overheat. Okay, and then we're back to quiet. I could turn the game sound down there, but I kind of like that when something major happens, it's going to sound loud on the stream, so feel free to turn it down. But I'm just going to jiggle around a little bit as this great music happens. Okay. Nice. Okay, again, sense of the music being really linked to what's happening. Well, I'm just going to put the brake on because we're slipping and losing a little bit of forward momentum. So that's a big part of the game, which I'll get to in a mo, is about when you put the brake on and when you kind of lose some of your momentum. I'm going to turn it down a little bit just so that you guys get my words as we are doing the more exciting bits of the game. So that should be okay. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so what happened there is obviously I was making sure we kept pushing this speed button to keep us going whilst the energy was cranking through, and also I kept bopping the steam. You get a bit of a burst as you release a degree of steam, but you don't want that steam going too high because you overheat and all that bad stuff. So we just kept rolling. I don't know if you noticed in the far right of the vehicle there is a kind of a mileometer which shows you how far you've gone. That will crank over as you can see the distances that you're going. I have no frame of reference of like how far that is or what's good or whatever, but it's just kind of a fun detail really. So I'm going to release the brake. We're probably going to go back a little bit, maybe not, and then I'm going to pop in some more fuel here. Pop that in. Let's see. Sometimes you can try and race it, but it's always quicker than you are. And we get going again, and the music kicks in again. Music's not there every time you're running around, so just gonna bounce around with it. Pop my steam. And now we're really rolling. You can see our mileometer going a little bit. Let's put the steam again. And eagle eye amongst you will notice that there are crates along the bottom there, and I don't want to run out of them, so I'm going to pick one up and run after my vehicle. See, now because it's really hard to keep your vehicle fueled and always moving. And you kind of get the sense that actually that's, you know, if you are a min-maxer of a gamer, if you like that kind of thing, you are going to be better at that than I am. I find it kind of difficult to keep everything going at the same time, but like I think it works. I think it works just to kind of stop here, pick up. I mean that's 4 crates. That's so much fuel. I'm assuming that the game basically says, look, you're going to have to stop your vehicle periodically to refuel, and you lose that forward momentum there. But again, there might be better ways of doing that. I'm not sure. So I've got those 2 hooks handled. I want to pick this one up here. So one mini way I suppose you can try and be as efficient as possible, he says, falling all over the place, is to try and kind of load up your stuff in the most useful place possible, so that when you do get going you kind of maximize that right from the get-go. So I'm just going to check chat here, make sure I haven't missed anything. No, I think we're all good. Yeah, everything's all right. We're still live. That's important. And yeah, cool. We can get back to it. So let's power up. In fact, while I'm checking chat quickly, I am going to reduce the game volume again. Let's make sure that's not too loud. Okay, so powered up. We're ready to go. And off she fires. There we go. Now, what I'm going to try and do is make sure I can push that second block in so that we can just keep going. Right, so I've refueled, hit the steam before it goes red. That's good. That's good. And now I have to push this so that all that energy is being used, which is good. And you can kind of rinse and repeat this until the game kind of makes you stop. There is a physics element to the game, so as you can see the vehicle is struggling to go uphill at various points. Like your speed, you can see your speedometer, it is reduced not just by how much fuel and energy you've got going around, it's actually by the environment as well. So if you're going downhill and uphill, crates, you can kind of see the difference in your speed. So I've just kind of let it go rolling there. So now, like, you probably can't see, let me zoom in. I am where did that crate go? I am running after my runaway vehicle. I'm sure I had a crate. There we go. So let's make sure I've got that this time. Right, I'm going to run after it. So, like, if I'd have handled that moment better, maybe, probably, it would have mean that I wouldn't have to do this massive leg it back to my vehicle. Where even is it? It's still going. Okay, with all these crates. This is going to be, for all of us, really tedious. So bear with me while I pop these crates over here. In fact, the vehicle is going backwards. That's bad. That's bad. Let's put the brake on. Put the brake. There we go. So it can't go back at least anymore, because we've made a little bit of progress. little bit of progress. And now I'm going to run back for those crates. So this maybe gives me a good opportunity to talk a little bit more about the game as I'm just doing this. Don't do this, basically. Don't let your vehicle get so far away that you're having to just run back and forth. But it's kind of like those opening bits of Factorio, right? From, if you remember from the last couple of weeks of streams, where your character is just having to do a bit of grunt work, a bit of donkey work. You have to get from one end of the Factorio map to the other. Well, this is kind of the equivalent of that. You have to kind of make up for your mistakes of mishandling stuff like your early crates, which I'm doing here. So there's a little bit of resource management. I mean, it's a bit much to perhaps call it that, but it is what it is. You kind of running off, picking up things from the environment, making sure you pick them up in good time to kind of keep your engine going. I don't know, maybe, like as I said before, there's a more efficient way of doing this, but what I like about it, I suppose, is that it has that slight element of that me and Sean enjoyed about Factorio, which is moving one thing to another place. That simple pleasure and of moving one thing, in this case fuel, to another place and having kind of some effect happen, right? And that's pretty cool. It's you saw me kind of as we were actually got some distance on our vehicle there. I'm going to go back for the last one. I had to go from one end to the other, bop something, go to the other end of the vehicle, bop something, and so on and so forth. So it kind of has some of that same element to it. A simple pleasure in gaming, but one that I think this game, like Factorio, makes good use of. Your vehicle, the locomotive, does get more complex as the game progresses. Again, I haven't seen a huge amount. I imagine it gets even more complex than what we're going to be able to see in this stream. But it does have degrees of complexity added onto it. More bits, basically. You get more bits to your vehicle. Right, okay. So I think I'm a little bit over for half energy there, so I'm not going to put a crate in. I'm going to put up the brake. I'm going to get us moving. Okay, and then I'm going to hop over here, pick up a crate. I don't know how precise you necessarily have to be on that. Okay, not too precise. Now I've got to watch my steam. There's my steam, and I'm going to make sure this speed button stays pushed in. So it's that kind of little thing on the speed button. You could easily kind of like have a thing that locks that in place. Maybe there is one. Maybe did I just engage that? That'd be kind of interesting. No, maybe let's zoom in. Maybe I did. I didn't even know you could do that. Okay, cool. Oh no, out it comes. Okay, so you just have to keep an eye on this. Like it locks for a little while, maybe, and then you have to deal with it. So again, they could make it so you never had to press that, but it would be one less thing to have to manage, and that would make the game kind of simpler and easier, and maybe too simple and too easy. So you have to keep your eyes alive a little bit on that. So maybe that locks it in for like a couple of seconds, or maybe it locks it in until you hit the steam button. I kind of want to wait on the steam. Yeah, no, it's definitely not the steam button. So yeah, we're going downhill there, getting a good amount of steam up, and there goes our energy. Our energy is a bit low, so I'm gonna kind of pop that there, ready to increase our energy, our steam. There's another crate. There's only one crate, so let's see if I can do the kind of... Oh, I got out way too early then. Run after it, come back. Okay, so let's hope we're not on fire. No, the steam's fine. Why did we stop? We just stopped because this came out. Okay, that's a shame because I lost a bit of momentum there. Quite a lot of momentum. Picking up that crate, but it kind of feels like the crate's probably worth it. Maybe I'm wrong. Don't know. Let's pop this steam again. Off we go. Make sure that stays locked in for a bit. Our energy's a bit low. Okay, I'm going to put a crate in. So obviously this is like, I've had quite a good like solid run here to get me used to how these mechanics work. And just as I say that, I hit a massive thing. Looks like a shipping container, which someone has helpfully put right in my path. And as you can see, this is not like a truck simulator or anything like that. I cannot steer, I cannot move us from that path, so we are stuck here until I figure out kind of what's up, what's the deal, why am I stuck here. So in that way, that's when you're starting to see some of perhaps the puzzle element of the game kind of play out, right? So now I'm going to go out of my vehicle up onto here, and I'm going to jump up onto this like cool ass looking crane thing and pick some stuff up. So I can interact with this little, what is that, like a bath salt? Looks like a massive bath salt to me, or maybe a marble. Great, a big marble. So I haven't actually even looked at our bed bit, so I'm going to put my marble on my bed bit. Can I take that off? I can take that. Oh, I've got a nice little lantern there. That's sweet. I don't know what the chair does, but I've got a little lantern here. That's nice, that lights things up. I bet that's going to be super useful for some puzzles later on. I don't know what this does. It's the same kind of blue as the energy, so I'm going to guess it's probably like a full energy hit, but you know, the only way to try that out is to send it up the chute, and I'm almost loath to risk that just yet when I don't really need it. But I got distracted there, so I'm going to try and check out this thing. Okay, nice little picture there. Anything interactable in here? Hammock, can't go on the hammock. Can't get up and out. So I'm just going to hit the big red button. In this kind of game, just hit the big red button. Oh, and keep hitting the big red button. And then let's zoom out so we can see what's happening to our locomotive. The music is telling us something's happening. Ooh. And the floor came up so we can get past this stupid shipping container. Okay, cool. So we have something added to our locomotive. No prizes for guessing what it is, considering the game has kind of called this. So I'm going to push this in here and get the sails going. And that's kind of, look, I'll zoom out even more. So the sails are getting us going a little bit more than just our energy kind of steam run. So we can get like some passive movement, which is really, really nice. Because I can just do stuff and not worry about it. You might notice as well that on here, as we break through some stuff, is these three kind of symbols. So on the leftmost is the same symbol that you can see under the speedometer for steam. The middle one is the kind of same symbol you can see above the like track thing for the thing I bopped to put the crates in. And then this bottom, the rightmost one, is the same symbol you can see kind of here above where I'm jumping for the sails. So that's kind of like showing you the health of your various I think it's health, I'm not entirely sure yet, maybe it's durability, but my speedometer seems to have taken a hit, so maybe at some point that's going to break and I'm going to have to try and repair it. But at the moment we're just cruising along on just wind power alone, you know, good old renewable wind power. So someone's asked in chat what specs my PC is currently rocking. It's rocking like specs from 2016. They are not great on my PC. I should know this off by heart. I know most streamers do. I'm sorry, Marcelli, I do not know my computer spec off by heart. I know it was relatively high-end a couple of years ago, but is definitely out of sync for what kind of your high-end AAA games will ask you to have. So I suppose the takeaway from that is that you should be able to play far low in sales on specs for quite low specs. I don't know about laptop specs, that might be a bit more challenging, but certainly on PC specs it's not asking a lot. Crash bang wallop. It's not asking a lot of your PC. It looks beautiful. Crunch. Double crunch. It looks beautiful, but it's not very demanding. I'm quite easily kind of doing this on one of the higher settings for graphics. It doesn't really need that. Okay, so something's broken. Like, who did that? Who did... I mean, I wasn't even looking down here, and we are broken down here. So I think we can still use it, but we might have to find someone or somehow, somewhere of repairing it. So I am currently wedged on this propeller. I'm wedged on this propeller, and it's a bit of a problem. I am wedged on a propeller. I kind of want to get that propeller on my locomotive, but I don't know if I can do that. So we need to find a way of getting past this. So I think there's handily a door down here. And what's that? Can I pick that up? I can. What is that? Answers on a postcard, kids. What is that? It could be a part. It looks like a part. Is it a part? It looks like maybe a kind of like a nut and bolt type thing. As I turn, I actually get a better look at it. Can I just drop it here? Fix my thing! Fix my thing, you bolt type, part type thing. Okay, that hasn't seemed to have worked. I'm gonna leave you here for a mo. You're bound to be important. I'm actually gonna put you on a peg because in this game things roll away. You gotta watch your stuff. Okay. If you're at all interested in what these things are, I know I was initially. You got a tow cable. Oh yeah, you got a tow cable. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it's gonna be super useful, but why wouldn't you want a tow cable? Okay, some more art. I mean, it's kind of... I wonder if it's a slight nod to how beautiful this game feels as an artistic endeavour. That they've just got a lot of art randomly in it, like art within the art. Yeah, that's a nice touch. A nice little nod to how this game feels and plays. Okay, so what am I trying to do here? What is this? It's a bell. Yes, I want a bell for my massive locomotive. It's a little bell for a bike. Look at that enormous thing I'm about to put a bell on. Brilliant. Right, can I put that on my tow cable? Does that work? No. No, the tow cable and bell are mutually exclusive. Right, where else can I put this bell? I put it up here. Is there any way to hang stuff? No, you don't. You don't hang. I kind of just want to pop it up here, and we'll see if we can kind of find somewhere to put the bell with my sails. Okay, so I've got a bell. No idea what it does. No idea what it does. I'm sure it's going to be super useful for some puzzle where you have to like scare someone or something. Right, okay, so I'm under here. I've got a red button. Of course I'm pushing the red button because like that's what you do in this game. And away we go. Right, so again I'm going to try and catch up with my vehicle. Luckily it never runs you over. I think it never runs you over. That would be unfortunate. But I guess it... Oh god, oh god! No! Is it... Am I just going to be chasing it for the rest of the game? Because the sails are up and it's going quicker than I am. What? Okay, the wind stopped. I mean, maybe the game stops. It's like you are so far away from your own freaking vehicle that we have to put the sails down. Okay, that was embarrassing. When your car runs away from you. Okay, so let's put the sails back up. Now I'm aboard. So that's just pushing that button. And the wind is really high. So, I mean, maybe let's crank it as well, you know? Like, let's crank this. Let's get some distance. Let's put the miles in. So I'm watching that steam. There we go. Give us a little bit of a boost through this barrier. It is super satisfying destroying stuff like that. It's a shame my bell's not going. Kind of need to think about that bell. Maybe the front. The front's another tow cable though, so I should probably start look at the health of my speedometer thing. So maybe I should probably start using that and just go full on renewable wind power my way through it. I mean, you could just like, okay, so just look how stunning this thing is. Why haven't you already bought this game? Like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful even when you're crashing into stuff. Okay, oh shit, I'm on fire. Right, classic thing. Right, there is this, there's this, it puts fire out. So not only did I lose a lot of health on my speedometer, I also swore on stream, which is something I always tell Sean off for doing. So apologies to anyone who's watching who's perhaps under the age of suitable swearing. That's probably no one, let's be honest, but there we are. So this is a massive oil drum, as you can see, and what my experience tells me is that oil is good fuel. As much as I love renewables, oil is good fuel, so that's going to fill up my energy tank completely. And there's another crate here as well, so I'm going to pop that in before I forget into my little fuel area. And I hope I'm going to... didn't want to do that. I hope I'm going to be able to repair this. I'm sure it's something to do with this, you know. What? How do I make you happy? How do I make you work? It's definitely not just dropping it on stuff. Although it does roll around quite well. I need like... I kind of feel like I need a toolkit. Okay, we're gonna put this back on the hook. And we're going to figure out how to get past whatever this noise is. Is it like a bridge? It is a bridge. It's a bridge. Okay, I'm going to get past the bridge. You know what? I'm going to be a good sailor, I think, and put my sails down. I think I can put my sails down if I get up there. Because, like, I don't want them getting hurt. Does that make sense? Yeah. So we've undone our sails. Yeah. The sails that are in the game's name, by the way, the eponymous sails. So, like, again, this is the game's super interesting perspective, is that there are ladders here. Can't climb them. There's a little gap. There's, like, the hole there. We've got a thing going over it that we can walk on, but I can't fall down the hole. So, it's really interesting choice to do that. And I'm going to zoom right out, because, I mean, just look at it. Just look at it. It's just so good. So simple aesthetic, but just so beautiful. It makes such amazing vistas. This game must screenshot like a dream, like an absolute dream. Okay, what have I got here? So red button while we... Oh, Jesus Christ. Almost popped myself in there. Okay. That's kind of fun just on its own. I'm kind of interested. What's that? Come on now. What's that poster? A new home. Curiouser and Curiouser. So let's pick up that, which is handily left here by someone. And let's put it... Ooh, God, it was like it was hungry for that. Ah! What's it doing now? Okay. Let's see if we can get topside to have a look. Clunk. Okay. So I think we can all guess what's happened, perhaps. And now we can see me just running off. So, like, I don't know, is this good? Is this good news? The bridge is kind of up. What was in my way is no longer in my way, but the bridge is 2 up, and I can't get in there. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens. Guess what? Big red button. New home poster. Missed the button. Pop the button. Nice. Okay. Do I run off this way? Let's zoom in. Again, so it's not a cutscene per se, but like it's just little things happening like that, which is just lovely. Jump. My little poncho stops me from getting hurt. Brilliant. And then let's get back into my vehicle. Now, super clever me knows that if I put my sails up, they're just gonna clonk on that building. So I'm not putting my sails up. This is not something I did accidentally last time I played the game. Okay, it is something I did accidentally last time I played the game. This time I'm going to learn from my mistakes like any good locomotive engineer. I hope we've got enough kind of juice in our energy and enough durability in our energy to get us across here until I can start using my sail again. Chug, 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 chug. Crash through the gates, of course. Possibly could have opened those gates first, I don't know. Right, we're in the open road. Quick, 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 let's get the sails up. Fail. Just let the thing do its thing. Okay, sails are up. Sails, well, not quite fully up. Let's make sure that's fully done. Locked. Yeah, the little thing comes out there to show you they're locked in. But there's no freaking wind. We got no wind. No wind power, Captain. Right, let's put the barrel in there. Let's juice her up. And hope for better times. Hope for better wind. Maybe that ball thing actually is for the health. Oh, I'm going to try that next. I'm going to try that next and hope that it's going to repair my ailing speed energy system. Otherwise, I think we're in trouble. We're in T-rubble. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Come on, wind. Okay, let's go. See, I think if it's energy, though, I'm going to be disappointed. But it wouldn't just be a full energy boost, because that's what the... Oh, crate. Quick, quick, pick it up, get back in there. Push this, push that. It'd be weird if it was just a full energy recovery, because that's what the barrel is. So, like, do I need two of them, really? Okay. So let's push this barrel out of the way, make sure we're doing that. My steam's being a problem. Uh-oh. Okay, cool. And, right, this ball's kind of not playing ball. Damn you, ball. Okay, what did it do? What did it do? Okay, it just filled up half my energy. So it's not even as good as a barrel. That's disappointing. What's this? What is this? Is it a box? What is it? What does it do? What does it want? Okay. Can it fix my thing? Fix it. Fix it. Doesn't fix the thing. It is not a thing fixer. Right. We put you in the room of things we don't know what are. That up in there. Actually, that's hard. That's basically the front end of the vehicle is for stuff. I have no idea what it does. Oh, my bell's almost off my vehicle, so I'm going to go rescue my bell. Again, another thing. I have no idea what it does. That was me on the sails there. That was my bad. It's easy to bop red buttons accidentally. So let's put the sails back up and go retrieve my bell. Ding, ding, ding. Ooh. Do I think I can put it there? No. Okay, I'm assuming it won't interact with this either. Nope. Okay, so that's just another one of them thingies. So I'm going to put my bell up here. Don't know what you do, but you're going to be useful at some point. I know it, but I just don't know what that That is. Now, so I also don't know, of the many things I don't know, is whether or not I should really have my sails down when the wind is going in the opposite direction. Kind of feel like I probably should, but that, you know, that also feels like, I don't know. Would they make me manage it that much? Probably. Probably. Right, let's pop my steam out and pick these things up. I just want to pick stuff up even if I don't know what it is. Like, that seems sensible, but it's also the way people end up hoarding stuff. You know, if you've got one of those relatives that's a hoarder, like they have 110 pictures of other people's cats. Like, what do you do? God, there's a storm. Okay, I kind of feel like hunkering down, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and be sensible. It's probably best to put these down, isn't it? In a storm. That seems sensible. But I don't have a lot of health left on my little tinkery bar thing. What's that? Oh, wait a minute. What does this red button do? Oh, okay. So that just like reels in things. So that's going to be relevant, I imagine. Let's kind of go in here, put some fuel in here. You can pick things up, or you can kind of just like push them bodily to the place where you want them. Sometimes that's useful. Get back here, whatever you are. Let's have the steam up. We are super low on durability on whatever that thing is. Bit of a worry. This is a real storm. Put in another crate. Get some distance. How bad is it? Yeah. At least we're on the flat. At least we're on the flat. Okay, push that speedometer again. Ooh, bit of lightning. Thunder. I wasn't counting. Was anyone counting how far away that lightning was based on the thunder? They might worry about that. That might be a relevant detail. Definitely keeping my sails down though. Definitely keeping them all low. Okay. Come on. Energy, speed, steam system. It's my ESS system. Okay. Ooh, stuff and things that I can keep. Come back. Okay, we're slowing down. Which is probably not good. Hope everyone can hear me over all this weather. Dear devs, your weather's just too loud. Let's pop these in here. So we've lost a bit of momentum, but we've gained a ton of fuel. That's probably the right way around. Probably. Okay, pushing up on our energy, making sure our steam goes reasonably safely. Drop a little bit more energy in there. So it's easy to kind of, when you're doing this, miss stuff that you drive past. I may well have missed some things. Barrels, weird blue blobs. Fire on my sails. Did not miss that. I did call that about the lightning, right? Get up there. See, it's that terrifying moment of, I know I should be able to do this super quick, and it took me like extra time because I panicked that my sails are on fire, and now we're basically out of health. This wasn't a game I was expecting to lose at, if I'm honest, so if that happens, that's going to be super embarrassing. And Sean is going to laugh at me. Sean is always looking for reasons to laugh at me. Okay, So the weird drama music has subsided a bit, so I'm guessing I'm kind of okay. Okay, there's another crate. I'm going to do old pickup crate pickup. Might push these guys around a little bit first. Give me a bit more room. I've got to get better on my crate pickups. That one was better, he says. That one. The controls are super simple, but that doesn't mean I can't screw it up. Let's get back on the road. Sort out my crate management system. Drop out the steam, pick up the crate. Again, this is where it kind of feels, there's nothing on Factorio obviously, but it kind of has that same vibe of pick up this, do that, go here, bop this. Keep your machine running. And that's good. That's good. That's kind of fun. Ooh, Steam. Yeah, there doesn't need to be a Steam button, like, but it's a Steam engine, so it makes sense. And it kind of gives you something to do. And all you need is that little thing to do to keep you fully engaged in these kind of management moments. That's really, really, really interesting. And I think it's such a tiny thing, but it's such a huge thing. That makes no sense what I just said. It is a small detail, but it makes a big difference to the gameplay experience. And I think as a dev, I think that is really important to keep in mind. Is it doesn't need to be a massive, huge mechanic. It can just be the simple as saying, well, periodically your Steam's going to build up and you need to hit this button. And suddenly, like, what I have to be aware of, what I have to be thinking of as a player, my experience, it just changes drastically. Right, I'm just gonna keep an eye on chat so I haven't missed anything. Okay, yeah, that's all good. Okay, so now we're stopped. We've hit a wall, door, whoa, into a big building. Okay, so I think this is kind of like the last bit of familiarity for me. I think I've been here before. Deja vu moment maybe. And I'm going to see if I can get further than I have done it before at the very least. Alright, so the squirrel in me wants to put this barrel in my little pouch, in my little home. So I'm going to do that. Even though I could have just kind of carried on for a bit. So that's an extra barrel, fuel barrel there, so we're going to hop back on. I imagine I'll spend a lot of this game doing that, going, oh, I really want to kind of look further, but that's a barrel, and I want the fuel. Okay, so it's kind of spooky propellery place with, you know what? This needs the barrel. This needs the barrel that I just squirreled away. Ah! Curse you, squirrel instincts. You foiled me once again. Just like last autumn. Don't ask about last autumn. So I need to squirrel this barrel back up to where it was helpfully put by the game devs, I might point out. And I was like, no, let's take it away. Put that there. And I'm assuming I need to get this running. Yeah, there we go. There's gonna come a time where, like, something really... Ooh, my locomotive's off. There's gonna come a time where it's bad. It's really bad that I've done that. Okay, I can't actually get back to my locomotive. Because that actually uses that door to block me. Okay, so I'm hoping, can I get under here? Yeah, okay, I can. But maybe I don't want to yet. So is it going to hit the other door? Yeah, is that what's happened? Yeah, clunk. Okay, that's fine. So I don't have to worry about that quite so much. So let's zoom in. Again, simple controls. All I can do is zoom out or zoom in or leave it at where the game is telling me I need to be. I mean, you could say that's a platformer moment, but it's not really. You don't work anymore. Bop, you don't work anymore. Okay, that looks like... Yeah, it does. I mean... Oh, okay. So this is a blowtorch. I was expecting it to be to be a hose and it to be about as much use as usually putting a hose on an electric thing is, which is disastrous. Do not do it at home. This is a blowtorch, which is totally fine to put on something that's electric. It's fixed it. It's fixed it. It's fixed it. And you know what that could also fix? What I broke earlier. Can I take this down? Can I take this down here? Please let me take my new toy blowtorch home. Okay, there's a barrel. There's a barrel. I want to squirrel it away. Don't squirrel it away. Pop this there. That opens that up. Beautiful. So I can do my repairs. We've made it to a repair station. Or, no. Achievement unlocked. Break it, fix it. I can now fix my own shit. Woo! Okay, and my excitement again, I swore, so apologies for that. Look at me float. Right. So I can fix stuff. Yes. Alright, let's drop that down there. And let's fix my stuff. Blowtorch. I mean, what's the worst that could happen with a blowtorch? I mean, that's got to be always good to have and helpful. I bet it starts fires. I bet it starts fires like bejesus. Okay, so that's fully repaired that. That's good. What other system can we fully repair with our... I mean, it's probably bad to just... Okay, so that does that. Okay, that's cool. So you just put it nearby. I mean, I would have thought a blowtorch near all these barrels is a bad idea, but I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue while it's still fixing my stuff. Hopefully it won't blow my stuff up as well. Is that fixing? Are you fixing my sails? Oh yes you are. Cool. Okay, so it does a little glowy effect when it's doing something and when it's not. Okay. Cool. So I've got my water hydrant and my blowtorch, and so far they don't have any negative effects until I blow something up. It's coming. We all know it's coming. It's just the excitement of what I'm going to blow up and how catastrophically bad it is for my locomotive. Okay, so we're off going, we're going. I'm going to lock this in and then scurry up here to do my sails. Actually, no, I'm a wuss. I'm going to pop my steam and then I'm going to do my sails. Because at least it's not... Okay, it might not be that windy, but it's not stormy. Is the wind going in the wrong direction? We'll see. I think we're probably okay. It's probably helping. Probably. I have no evidence for this, but it's probably helping. So if those little things aren't for repairing, I think I might just pop one up in here in a moment when I've... There's little like bolty things. I was like, what are you for? If in doubt, just kind of send it up here, right? Like, I have no other frame of reference for stuff that's useful or not useful. Right, let's grab one. Let's grab this before it rolls out. Out the way, barrels. Okay, that's just my mismanagement of my barrels. So I can't really get angry at the barrels. But I'm going to get really angry at the barrels. It's all my fault. Okay. What do you do when I put you... Just give me energy. That's weird. It looked like it wasn't going to be... So maybe this thing just like reprocesses anything. Anything you stick... Maybe I should put the briefcase in there. Just stuff it in and see what happens. I mean, I had this weird box thing and I have no idea what that does. So let's put you in. It's probably something really important, isn't it? Oh, steam! Oh, God. Okay, cool. Clunk. Barrel. Okay, so that thing did also add energy. So I'm at a loss at what anything else does. Maybe a briefcase is energy too. I should never put the barrels in first. Okay, and we're off again. I'm guessing I'm not going to put the bell in there. I don't, that just makes no sense to me. Why is my stuff smoking at the back? Do I need to put the... Need to hose that bit down? Let's take out. Can we take the hose outside? Kind of feel like we could earlier because of stuff. Is it just like how far? Ooh, I didn't even know I could get out there. That's useful to know. Are you alright here, Mr. Buddy? I think you're okay. Alright, fine. Can't hose you down. Didn't seem to do anything. Right, that vaguely annoying noise is I believe a radio signal type thing. So I think that's what we've hit. I think we've hit a radio signal type thing. That is a radio technical term for all you radiologists out there. Oh, I slipped down. Dagnabbit. Okay. Oh, and there's barrels. Can I get... Oh, the barrels. The barrels. They will be the end of me. Alright, it's quicker to just kind of do this. Like you do with like relatives that you just want to get out the way. With the way, you stupid barrel. Okay. So... Okay, cool. Platforming skills. Level check. Done. Up we go. This is nice. Just a little bit of elevator action. We need some Muzak for this elevator. Do 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 do. This is why Sean should always be here. He keeps me away from the weird. I now have a radio. I can only assume that is awesome. Oh, this thing's a bit high. What's this? Okay, okay. Ooh. Are we like gonna get music? Oh, amazing! That's such a nice... Right, okay, wait a minute. Gotta tune in. You kids won't know what this is, because you're too used to Spotify and stuff like this. Gotta tune in a radio. This is a masterpiece. Like I mean, I know a lot of people have played this game. I know a lot of people have really enjoyed it already, and that in some ways I'm kind of late to the party. Holy smokes, that is just so nice. Like, I've got a little radio now, and I've tuned it in, and you know what? I tuned it in myself. I tuned in a radio, for Christ's sake. And I get to take it with me. And it's beautiful, lovely, soft jazz. Of course it is. Look at the game. It couldn't be anything else. I'm aglow with admiration for this game so far. Look at it. It's got a little light on it. It's got a little light on my radio. So I'm going to just pop that there. You know, because it's beautiful. It's soft. Jazz. Nice. Alright, let's get our sails up and going, because I don't think it's going to... Better not affect my radio signal. Having said that, I'll be disappointed. I would probably put the radio ahead of... I hope that slight crackle is just the effect, and it's not because I was just poor at putting my effects, tuning my radio. So yeah, radio's just chilling out, making it, you know, every journey gets better with music, right? Like, I mean, it could be a podcast, I suppose, but, you know, why not put some journey music on? And it's just, you know, again, from a design point of view, suddenly I am invested in what so many games would just make me kind of expect as standard, a soundtrack. But no, I got to go somewhere and tune the frickin' soundtrack in. That's just such a lovely touch. It just gives me that increased investment in any game to know that I'm like part of that. Has my radio stopped? Okay. I'm disappointed by my radio stopping because I think everyone at home fully appreciated how excited I was by that radio. So excited. Oh my god, I haven't even noticed how stunning the background is right now. Look at that. I've got to make sure I don't kind of set my thing on fire again. But look at how lovely that is. Just beautiful. Okay, gonna have to pop another barrel in. I might have missed some things that in my admiration in like Buffalo. Hello, Buffalo. God, yeah, run away, God! I don't want to be responsible. I'm a vegan, for Christ's sake. Run away. Okay, now we've got into that same situation where, yeah, the game realizes that I'm a long way away from my own locomotive. Like, so far from my locomotive that it's like had to put the sails down. Not that I would want to min-max this game in any way, shape or form, but I bet that's only a briefcase, right? Okay, this briefcase is going into the incinerator because I want to see if it does anything. Yeah, it does. Okay. Wow, briefcases are worth a good amount of energy. Burn your briefcases, people. So what was I going to say? Yeah, you know, like, maybe not running after stuff is better than running after stuff. No, but, like, I feel like then you would miss out on things. And this is definitely not a game to miss out on things. This is a game to be in awe of all the things that you can pick up and do and enjoy along the way. Why is my radio not working? Hello? Ooh, the Blue Isles. A fresh start. That's nice. That's nice. I don't know if my character's looking for a fresh start. Kind of feels like that's come up a couple of times now. Old Coast. Workshop. Workshop's probably good. Although I can fix my stuff on the fly now, so... whatever. What have we got here? Pop of steam. Oh god, put the sails down! Sails down! Sails down, sails on fire! Ah, no, that's the blowtorch! Quick, quick, quick! Ah, this lift is going to be the death of me. And my locomotive. Okay, cool, okay. Anything else on fire? Let's just douse the whole thing. No, that's fine. Right, I've got some repairing to do because I am rubbish, and just because I'm rubbish. Right, that's back up to full health. Sails have health. Damn you, lift. Okay, let's repair that. Zoop, that's fine. And then, you know, while I got the blowtorch out, might as well, right? Just get everything nice and hunky-dory and just like let that go back. Okay, what am I doing? Where am I? Who's the president? Who is the president in this game? That's intriguing. Interesting question. I'm Dave, asking all the important questions you didn't know you needed to have answered. Like, who's the president in Farlone Sales? I mean, it's quite post-apocalyptic, so it might be Trump. Bit of politics there for you on the Pillbug dev stream. Don't expect too much of it. It's only because Sean's away. Okay, so that's some kind of lifting my locomotive. Can I just press stuff? I don't know what they're gonna do. Muzak. Nice. You don't have to listen to me do it. Brilliant. That's because I've got a radio. Kind of. Is this a workshop? Like, was this meant to be here for me all along? Ooh. Ah! I have to push that. It's unusual. Okay. So I've got boxes. Now, again, my instinct is to squirrel that away into my vehicle, but I kind of feel like there might be some systems in here that need those. So let's have a look. This lower passage, kind of, yeah, I've got places to hang things, so I'm going to do that. I'll just have a quick tidy up before I do anything else. Okay. Now, I haven't used this yet. So that feels like that should probably go there. And then I press this button. What? Okay, so that does something interesting. By interesting, I mean something that I don't know what it is. Some kind of press? Punchy type thing? At least I'm back in range for the radio. All you radio fans out there concerned we were missing out on our smooth jazz. Okay, so how do I get up there? Maybe I have to go... Thinky face. But Dave, you said this wasn't a puzzle game. I did say that. Okay, so this does that, which feels like it's a system I don't yet have. This attaches to that. Okay, can we move forward a bit? Would that help? Or would that bring the whole place down around us? Okay, bets on. Oh, hello! Who's moving now? Yes. Brake! Brake for the love of God! I don't need to brake, we just hit the wall. That's what walls are for. Okay, so then maybe when I put that, it's going to come down. Oh, hello, what are you? Little thing that's going to chunk on the back of my... Yes. Yes. So satisfying. Right, I'm going to figure out what this is and then maybe call it a day for tonight's stream. Let's have a look. Day for tonight's stream. Jeez. OMG! This is going to save me so much time, so much effort, and so much running after stuff. I get to suck things up. That's amazing. Right, let's put this into practice. Let's edge past these guys. Yes. Did we get both of them? I think we did. Yeah, okay, so they're just like presented in a conveyor belt type system. See, like, this is just like Factorio, but not, but yeah, but you know what I mean. That kind of just automates something that had felt such a pain in the ass to do manually before. So I wonder if it's... Oh, it's got a health bar, so I have to repair it if I balls it up. But, like, can I just keep that running? It's just going to suck stuff up? Yeah. Yeah! That's exactly what's going to happen, Dave. You beast. Look at that. That's great. Right, let me put the sails up. I was going to say I was call it a day, but I just got excited by my Hoover. My resource Hoover. Oops, steam. Right, we need some more energy as well. Otherwise we're not going to go anywhere. Let's crunch it. Now though, however, I need to manage my queue. Put up this. So much to do. So little time. So little time with my little red character. So that's a gas thing. That's probably good. So maybe keep away from, you know, my... I was about to say Bunsen burner. It's not a Bunsen burner, Dave. It is a blowtorch. That's what it is. But my... Okay, so I've got quite This is the thing though, I've got quite a lot of things. Ah! The sign! My sails! Put the sails down! Sails down! Sails down! Ooh! We just okay, we didn't manage that. That was apparently a lie. It looked like we managed it, but we clearly didn't. And now I'm stuck behind a pole and can't really see anything. Okay, I thought I had them down in time. Just a game, you. Right, I'm going to repair it. This is the one, you know, this is no reflection of the game. I am just a disaster with that lift. I mean, maybe that's deliberate. Maybe it's okay. Let me know in chat. Maybe send me a personal email if you two are terrible at that lift. You know, or just let me know it's just me, and that actually, you know, any idiot can actually operate that lift completely fine. Where am I going to put all this stuff? I kind of feel like I need like a storage room, like a locker, like a bedroom that I can just stuff stuff in, you know, that you kind of need but don't really want. Okay, interesting. I wonder if stopping it does that. Okay, all right. Okay, I'm going to move us past this post because it's a bit silly to stop the stream here, and then I'm gonna finish up for the evening. Okay, zoom out. We're in a little town. I mean, I'm assuming this is going to be awesome, like being in a town. Ooh, let's put my Hoover on because we're currently coming up to some useful Hooverables. I wonder if it uses up your energy at all. So we've been to the workshop, and now, like, there's a shelter? Okay, shelter this way. Interesting. I wonder if there's things I missed in that workshop. I kind of got really excited by the Hoover and then just didn't explore. So I bet there's stuff I missed. Ah, come on, I need to deal with my steam. Uh-oh, we're on fire. Quick, 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 quick. So, I mean, I think that was a random occurrence. I didn't notice that happening. Okay, so this is a nice spot, I think, to leave it. I'm going to let it run, maybe keep an eye on my Steam. In fact, no, we're just going to pause it. So that's Far Lone Sails. I started this stream, I think, by saying I loved this game, but I wasn't like head over heels romantically in love with this game. And I predicted, if you go back and listen to the start when this is archived, that I would properly fall for this game after the end of this stream, and that prediction is 100% true. Oh my god, being able to add stuff, well, having stuff added to your locomotive that was all stuff I was like secretly hoping we'd get, like that Hoover, because I was like, oh, I keep having to pick these things up and my locomotive goes off all the place, and I was like, pretty sure I need to repair these things, but maybe I'll have to do that. Those were all mechanics that I kind of I wanted as a player, and therefore I was half expecting to get. But the radio, I mean, you can go back and look at my childish glee at that radio moment. That was stunning. Like that was. I mean, it's just a small thing, but it was so great, and I loved it. And I loved again kind of how it talks to how there's not loads of music in this game, like how it's not always blaring music at you, you know, in a kind of a GTA way or a different kind of soundtrack heavy game, and it makes you really appreciate those little snippets of music. The game, I think, as you'll agree, is just beautiful. It's just beautifully drawn. The art style is fantastic. I mean, just look at how the menu screen works. It just kind of keeps you in the game, because guess what? When you pause, there's something stunning behind you. Why would you need a game menu when your game looks like this? You know, it's just wonderful. I am, again, in full admiration for the people who made it. I need to remind myself what studio it is and then just go and buy every game they ever make, because these guys are just like, they're preaching to the choir. They are talking my game dev language. I love it. I'll be making sure that people know all about it. If any of my friends don't have it, I will be making sure that they realize the mistakes they're making in life and choose to live better lives and play Far Lone Sails. I think it's done well. I hope it's done well. It certainly got quite a bit of buzz on release. I hope that's continued, because I think it's great, and people who are coming to it a little bit later after release, like me, I think need to know about it and enjoy it. As Sean has said before, I am terrible at signing off quickly, so I will just say I hope you enjoyed this solo stream. We're hoping that Sean's going to join us next week if this terrible Freshers flu has kind of been conquered, and I get to talk to him about Far Lone Sails and why it's great. So tune in next week, 8 PM Tuesday, as usual, for the next Pillbug Dev stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe on whatever you're watching on. Thanks very much, guys. See you next week. And now you get 30 seconds where I try and figure out how to stop streaming. See you next week. Bye.